In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make instant hot cocoa mix. I'm going to show you how to make the mix in bulk and how to make it into little baggies, which are going to be the same way that you normally buy these instant cocoa mixes at the store. So they make it portable, and all you need is hot water to mix it, and you have a cup of hot cocoa. Let's get started. For this recipe, we're gonna need powdered milk. Powdered milk is your base to make instant hot cocoa, and then unsweetened cocoa powder. We're also gonna need powdered sugar because instant hot cocos are sweet. And we need cornstarch, which is gonna help it bind together. And I personally like to add a little pinch of salt. So those are your ingredients. I'm gonna leave all of the measurements below the video and how much goes into each baggie. I just wanna make sure I stay on track with you right here in this video. We're gonna start with powdered milk. I'm gonna put it in this larger bowl right here. I'll also have all the quantities for you below the video in the description box. So powdered milk is the base of this recipe, right? Because we're not using liquid, we're gonna be mixing it with water. And then unsweetened cocoa powder, that also goes in the bowl right there. To make this recipe sweet, we're gonna use powdered sugar. I'm gonna add that into the bowl. The reason I use powdered sugar is so it dissolves well when you add hot water. Granulated sugar is not a good substitute for this because you're gonna have the little granules and the hot water doesn't always dissolve it. So that's why I use powdered sugar. I'm also going to add just a little bit of cornstarch to the entire mixture. It helps everything bind and thicken as well. And then a little bit of salt to even out that sugar. I'm gonna take a whisk and incorporate everything together. And you wanna make sure that the little clumps from the cocoa powder incorporate in there. You could also use a sifter and sift everything through, but the cocoa was pretty fresh, so it's good to go. So if you just wanna have a big jar of it in your pantry, you can grab a storage container, a big zip bag, a jar, and then we can transfer it into the jar. You could also make this as gifts, big jars for somebody. All right, guys, so at this point, you would put on the lid and store it in your pantry, or you can also use it in individual zip bags or measure it into a mug and make your very own cup of hot cocoa. Now, if you wanna make individual baggies of hot cocoa, just like the store-bought ones, again, is 1/3 of a cup of this bulk mix into a zip bag. And that's all you need. You just zip it and store them like this. You can reuse a zip bag, you could buy reusable zip bags, but these are great if you're going camping or going somewhere and you already make your own mix at home. So this is how you would make individual ones. All right, so right out of the jar, you would measure out 1/3 of a cup into a glass. So now that my water is boiling, I'm gonna show you how this turns into hot cocoa. So this is our mix. We pour in some hot water, about a cup of hot water, and then you can take a spoon and mix it, or one of these little powered mixers. And there you have it, a perfect cup of hot cocoa. I'm gonna be burning my burned tongue for days. Make sure you check the ingredients and measurements right below this video. There are other hot cocoa recipes on this channel. Hit that red subscribe button so you and I get to hang out together a few times a week. See you next time.